Among all the episodes of Las Fierbinți, Excursia, Partea 1 stands out not because of its grandeur, but because of its gentle simplicity. It captures something deeply Romanian and universally human, the desire to escape monotony without ever truly leaving it behind. The episode begins with an ordinary morning in the fictional village, where nothing much ever changes. And that's exactly what makes it so magnetic. Life in Fierbinți unfolds like an endless loop of routine. Bobița opens his bar. Celentano searches for inspiration at the bottom of a bottle. Gianni hatches impossible plans. And Dorel just follows along with the innocence of someone untouched by ambition. In Excursia, Partea Opinii, Gianni's latest idea, a spontaneous road trip, is the catalyst for a small yet profound exploration of freedom, friendship, and the fragile balance between dreams and stagnation. The beauty of the episode lies in its unhurried rhythm. The first scene is almost cinematic in its stillness. The sun climbs lazily over dusty rooftops, dogs bark at invisible threats, and villagers gossip about things that don't matter. Into this landscape of apathy comes Gianni, bursting with energy, waving a set of car keys like a trophy. His declaration, "Let's get out of here for a day," ripples through the sleepy village like a distant echo of rebellion. Bobița, ever the practical pessimist, tries to find excuses. Celentano mocks the idea, but is secretly intrigued. Dorel, the eternal optimist, is ready before anyone else. What follows is a masterclass in comic timing, as their preparations expose not just the quirks of small-town life, but also the deeper emotional truths hidden behind them. Every joke, every argument, every misstep feels like a metaphor. When Gianni insists they pack half the bar's supplies just in case, it's not only absurd, it's symbolic of the way people carry their comfort zones even into adventure. The dialogue sparkles with authenticity. Each line, delivered with natural rhythm and familiar cadence, reminds the viewer of conversations overheard on any Romanian street corner. There's an affectionate irony in how the show treats its characters. It laughs at them, but never belittles them. Their foolishness is endearing, their aspirations touching in their smallness. The departure scene is both chaotic and poetic. The car, an old Dacia, whose engine coughs more than it runs, becomes a metaphor for the characters themselves, worn, stubborn, but full of life. As they drive away, the camera lingers on the village fading in the rearview mirror. It's not just a visual transition, it's an emotional one. The world outside Fierbinți is portrayed not as an exotic unknown, but as a mirror image of what they left behind. Fields stretch endlessly, power lines cut the horizon, and the same type of stray dogs wander along the roadside. It's a world that looks bigger, but feels the same, as if reminding them that real change cannot be found through distance alone. The episode's humor is grounded in failure. Within minutes, the men get lost, argue about directions, and nearly run out of gas. Bobița blames Gianni's arrogance. Celentano blames destiny, and Dorel tries to mediate with nonsense. Their banter, both hilarious and poignant, reveals a truth about human nature. Even when we try to escape, we bring ourselves along. When Celentano mutters, "We could drive for years and still find ourselves back at the same bar," it's a line that sounds like a joke, but feels like poetry. The show has a way of disguising existential reflection as drunken rambling, and that's what makes Excursia, Partea Moi exceptional. Its philosophy disguised as farce. The cinematography reinforces this duality. The landscapes are filmed with tenderness, never mockery. The cracked asphalt, the shimmering heat, the lonely roadside crosses, all these images add weight to the comedy. The road becomes a character in itself, stubbornly refusing to lead anywhere. At one point, the group stops at a gas station where a local attendant warns them that all roads around here lead back home. It's a throwaway line that perfectly encapsulates the theme of circularity, the impossibility of true escape from one's roots. Halfway through, the mood shifts from noisy humor to quiet reflection. The car breaks down near a field of sunflowers, and the group sits in the grass, drinking from a shared bottle. The camera moves slowly, capturing the exhaustion on their faces. The laughter dies down, replaced by a contemplative silence. Dorel stares at the clouds and says softly, "Maybe this is what a vacation feels like." The others laugh, but the line lingers. It's a small moment of accidental wisdom, the recognition that peace doesn't always require movement. Sometimes, being still together is enough. Music plays a subtle but powerful role in the episode. The background score is minimal, a faint guitar, a melancholic harmonica, and the sound of the wind. There's no artificial sentimentality, just the rhythm of life. The quietness allows the viewer to notice tiny details, the squeak of the car door, the buzzing of insects, the distant echo of laughter. These sensory textures make the experience almost tactile. You can feel the dust on your skin, taste the cheap beer, sense the bittersweet nostalgia of being nowhere in particular. What sets Excursia, Partea Moi apart from other episodes of Las Fierbinți is its philosophical undertone. While many episodes rely on situational humor, this one slows down to ask a question. Why do people crave escape when they already carry their world within them? The excursion becomes a metaphor for the human condition, the eternal restlessness of wanting something different, the illusion that happiness lies somewhere else. Yet the show never becomes heavy-handed. It delivers its insight through the most natural vehicle, humor. As the day turns to evening, the group finally decides to head back. The car barely starts, but somehow it does, coughing and wheezing like a living thing. The drive home is quieter. They don't speak much. The jokes have settled into comfortable silence. The fields outside glow in orange light, and the mood feels almost sacred. When they re-enter Fierbinți, everything is exactly as it was. The same dogs, the same gossip, the same lazy rhythm. And yet, for the viewer, it feels different. The journey has transformed something invisible. Perhaps the characters are unchanged, but we are not. The final shot is pure poetry. The car parks outside Bobica's bar, the men step out, stretch, and laugh. Celentano raises his bottle to the fading sun and says, "The world's not that big after all." It's both defeat and victory in one line. The excursion led nowhere, but maybe that was the point. The episode closes, not with applause, but with the sound of evening crickets, the soft murmur of a village settling back into its eternal loop. On a personal level, watching Excursia, Partea Moi, feels like revisiting a memory you never had, but somehow know. It evokes the universality of small adventures, Those aimless days spent with friends, the joy of getting lost, the bittersweet realization that the world is both vast and intimate. The episode captures that strange duality of life in the countryside. It's both limited and infinite, boring yet comforting, simple but never shallow. It's a tone only Las Fierbinți could achieve, a mixture of laughter, silence, and philosophy. In comparing it to other episodes, Excursia Partea 1 feels like a breathing space, a pause in the series' usual rhythm. It's less about satire and more about observation. The humor is softer, almost affectionate. There's no clear plot twist or resolution, just the cyclical truth of life continuing. It invites the audience to look inward, to recognize a bit of themselves in these villagers who never quite leave home, yet never stop dreaming of doing so. Ultimately, Excursia Partea Y is not a story about travel, but about acceptance. It tells us that the road doesn't have to lead anywhere to be meaningful. The characters don't find freedom by leaving Fierbinți. They find it in the act of trying. And maybe that's the heart of the series itself. An ode to ordinary people who dream loudly, fail beautifully, and laugh through it all. It's a love letter to imperfection, a reminder that even the smallest stories can hold the weight of life's biggest truths. Las Fierbinți has always been a reflection of Romania's soul, humorous, self-deprecating, wise, and full of contradictions. Excursia Partea 1 distills that essence into 30 minutes of laughter and quiet contemplation. It's a celebration of the absurd, the ordinary, and the eternal. When the screen fades to black, you don't just remember the jokes. You remember the feeling of the sun setting over the village, the shared laughter, and the comforting realization that home is not a place you escape. It's the place that defines who you are.